Quick question. Why does 90s music still feel like something? Not nostalgic, not old, real. Like the second that guitar riff hits, you don't think about it. You just feel it. Somewhere in your chest, before your brain even catches up. This is Psychology Observed. And today, we're talking about why 90s music hits differently from everything being made right now. Why it still feels emotionally alive decades later. And why the world that created it may never exist again. To understand 90s music, you have to understand the emotional climate it was born inside. The early 90s were suffocating. The Gulf War, economic uncertainty, a generation watching their parents' promises slowly fall apart. And underneath all of that, exhaustion. Not the dramatic kind, the quiet kind. The kind where you stop pretending. And then, grunge arrived. Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains. This music didn't sound polished. It sounded drained. And for the first time, mainstream music stopped pretending everything was okay. Kurt Cobain didn't sound like a pop star. He sounded overwhelmed. And millions of people heard themselves in that voice. That's why grunge wasn't just music. It was emotional permission. But here's what most people miss. It wasn't just grunge. 90s hip-hop was doing something just as powerful from a completely different direction. Tupac, Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z, Lauryn Hill. This music came from communities mainstream culture was actively ignoring. And it refused to be ignored. It talked about survival, anger, identity, and truth. Unfiltered, unashamed.
Hip-hop didn't ask for your attention. It commanded it. And here's what made all of it so different from what we hear today. Imperfection. You could hear the strain in someone's voice, the breath before a breakdown, the guitar note that buzzed slightly wrong. Nothing was corrected into oblivion. Those weren't flaws. They were proof that a human being made this. Now, everything is cleaned up, pitch perfect, algorithm optimized. Songs are engineered to hook you in seconds. Streaming data tells artists what emotions are performing best. And the music can feel it. Every era of music is a response to pressure. 90s music said, we're exhausted. We're angry. We're here. And we're not performing for you. That's why it still hits. Not because every song was technically perfect, because emotionally, it was honest. And honesty doesn't expire. So what 90s song still instantly takes you somewhere? Drop it in the comments.